आशीष, बलजीत जी, संजय, सब ठीक? यार अकेले बोलूंगा तो फिर कैसे काम चलेगा? ठीक है, डाउट सेशन है। ठीक है, वो तो मैंने टॉपिक नाम के लिए रख लिया। ठीक है, सो लेट्स स्टार्ट विद द सेशन। टुडे क्या डिस्कस करने वाले हैं? वी विल स्टार्ट विद मैक्रोज। तो मैक्रोज के बारे में किन्होंने सुना है? कितने लोगों ने सुना है? व्हाट डू यू नो अबाउट मैक्रोज? क्या होता है?
सर मैंने सुना है मैक्रोज आर रिकॉर्डेड, बेसिकली वी कैन डू मतलब अगर कोई ऑपरेशन व्हिच वी डू ऑन अ वेरी रेगुलर बेसिस, then Microsoft Excel provide a function to record that process, and we need to run every time. We need not to apply this function again and again.
Okay, सही है। Anyone else? No problem, Baljit. No problem. Anyone else? What is the use of macros? How many of you have used macros? Chat box use करो। जो नहीं बोलना चाहते, नहीं दिखाना चाहते अपने आप को, please use the chat box. Okay. Hello, Tulsiram. I think Tulsiram ji joined 1 hour earlier also. He focused on the 8 p.m. but he did not focus on Dubai and India timing. Correct? Okay. So you're right. So macros क्या होता है? Macro is nothing but a programming. ठीक है? Programming so that anything which we are doing manually, okay, and if it is a mundane task, not very complex, then it can be automated. Okay, because even if it is simple, okay, if we do it manually and if it takes some time, then it is bound to have some mistake because we are humans. Okay, we can make mistakes. So that is the issue with this. So what I will do today, we will do a basic cleaning job in Excel. Okay, I will do. Okay, you can watch me and then you can later on practice. I will share the files later on. Okay, and then I will show you how to repeat that using a macro. Okay, and again, I am not a programmer and I believe that most of you are not a programmer. So we will not learn how to write macros or how to learn programming. Okay, we will learn it only to the extent so that we can just copy paste or record it and then use it. Okay, otherwise we will not use it. If we don't understand, we will not use it. Okay, so I will share my screen now and let me know my screen is visible or not. Visible? चैट बॉक्स में डाल दो, बोलना नहीं है तो। ठीक है, इज माय स्क्रीन विजिबल? डेटा सेंस दिख रहा है आपको?
Yes.
Okay, great. So I have one simple file here and it is having one Excel file. This is the file. Now, can anyone tell me what are the problems with this kind of file? Have you seen this kind of file in your day-to-day work life? Okay, and I want interaction from you guys. Okay, अकेले तो फिर मैं वीडियो ही भेज देता अगर मेरे को अकेले बोलना है तो, right? Unstructured data, yes, Pulla, that's correct. Okay, so what are the problems with this data? So first of all, this is a receivable data. This is a receivable data from any company. कि हमें customer से, these are the customer numbers, customer IDs. These are the customer names. This is the currency, and this much is the due currently. And ये 30 दिन पुराना due है, ये 30 से 60 दिन पुराना due है, and like that. Okay, 61 to 90 days old due, and this category is very old. So what is this category? We sold it roughly 90 days back and we are yet to receive the money. So this is the most dangerous category. If you have a lot of amount in this category, then you will face trouble very soon in terms of cash flows. Okay, yeah. Okay, so now that is the main. Let me mute everyone. Okay, So that is the main objective of this, that we need to have these 8-9 columns which are there here, okay, with their data set. Now current data set, what is the issue? The issue is that there are some rows at the top which are kind of not useful for us. They are just information what you have downloaded, okay. And then here some rows are hidden, so we need to get rid of all those things. And then there are some headers in row number 16. There are some headers in row number 18, and we need to fix them correctly, okay. Now and another problem is that this particular column is there, and if you see, this is not just one single column, it is having many columns merged together, okay. So all these structures are not very useful if you want to analyze it using, let's say, pivot tables, okay. Pivot tables needs very clean data set. So how to clean it? Now, if I have to do it manually, I will maybe take 5 to 10 minutes, okay, if I'm doing it regularly, okay. But then in those 5 to 10 minutes, I am bound to make some mistakes because of repetitive process, and there are too many steps. So rather than that, what I will do, I will record what I am doing manually, okay. And how to record it? So at the bottom left, you will see this icon, okay, something like a play icon or a very small, like rectangular icon with a dot, okay. That is for recording whatever you are doing on the Excel spreadsheet, okay. If this icon is not there for some of you, okay, what you need to do is right click, and then here macro recording may be unticked. You just need to click on that once, and then that icon will always be available for you, okay. Now what will happen when I click? So when I will click this, okay, it will start recording each and every step, okay, after I hit OK. But before that, let me first show you the steps what I need to do, because these things you need to note first before recording. Because if you do mistakes in your recording, then those mistakes will happen every time, okay. So be clear about the cleaning steps or whatever you want to do before recording. Like here, if I have to clean this data set, I will first select each and everything, and then I will go here and unmerge cells, okay. Now everything is unmerged. Then I will take care of, I will select everything. I will unhide each row, or maybe row height, I will say row height is, let's say we will keep it 15, okay. So now every row is visible to me, whether it was hidden or not hidden or minimized, every row is properly visible to me now. Similarly, I will right click any one column, and I will say column width needs to be, let's say, 10. And now you can see every column is properly visible. And then I can see, okay, row number 1 to 16, 1 to 15, I can simply delete. Then B, C, D, they looks empty to me. And the best way to find something empty is that you will not see any summaries on the bottom bar on the right side. So these are empty. So I will press Ctrl- to delete. And like that, I will keep on doing this thing again and again until I am left with whatever I need in my data set. Okay. Then I will keep on doing these things. Few more empty columns, this one also, and then these 3 columns. Now comes the header part. So in the header part, you can see some of the headers are these, and some of the important portion of the headers are these, and then this one. So what I can do, maybe I can take these, Ctrl+C, and I can paste it here, or vice versa. Okay, I can paste the 3rd row at the top, so that all the headers are there in one single row, because pivot tables want everything in one single row. And then I can get rid of row number 1, 2, 4, and 5, Ctrl-. Okay. And then I can go down, Control down. In the bottom part also, I have some totals and all. I can delete these rows, because pivot tables will generate totals automatically when we drag and drop. Okay. So this is the clean data set which I would like to keep. Okay. And this is how I was cleaning it manually. Okay. Now I will undo each and everything, whatever I did just now. Okay. It was just to show you that what we need to do. Okay, this was the original data set. The merged columns are everything is still there. Now I will start recording of macro, because whatever I want to do, I need it to be recorded so that next time it can be done automatically. Okay, so first thing is name of the macro. Always keep name of the macro in continuity. No spaces, underscore you can use if you want to separate the words. So let's say clean underscore data. Okay, then you can assign a shortcut key to this particular macro so that you don't need to go and execute it manually using your mouse in the menu. You can just press that shortcut and it will be executed. But I generally tend to avoid this shortcut, because let's say if I say Control C is the shortcut, then what will happen to my copying? Because Control C is also used for copying. So maybe Control Shift people use. Okay, so I generally avoid the shortcut part. You can implement, but you need to be more aware what shortcuts are already available in Excel so that you don't disturb those original shortcuts. Okay, so shortcut part I can avoid. Then comes this. This is very, very important. There are three places where you can store this recording, or this recording, whatever you are doing, where it should be stored. So one is personal macro workbook, new workbook, or this workbook. Okay, so new workbook and this workbook means it will be stored in that Excel file, either this Excel file or in the new Excel file. Okay, and it will only work in that Excel file. Personal macro workbook is something which is available throughout the system. Okay, no matter which Excel file you open in this system, it will be available for you to use. So if it is a repetitive kind of macro, something related to, let's say, formatting, okay, where you don't know which file will have that problem and you may like to use that macro, then it is always better to you to store it in personal macro workbook. It is a hidden workbook which will always be accessible whenever you are using Excel sheet. Okay, problem is this is only available in your laptop. Okay, so if someone has to replicate it in his machine, he need to copy your code and then he can use it in his machine. Okay, it is not transferable through the file itself. So you decide whether you need to transfer that macro using file to other places, or it should only work in that file. And these are the two options. If you think that it can be used on multiple files, then personal macro workbook is the option to store it. Then description part is optional. You can type any description here. Let's say this is to clean my data set. Okay, something like that. Not mandatory. Now, when I click on OK, that means macro has started. Okay, and you can see there is a stop button here because macro is on. From this point onwards, whatever I click, everything is recorded. If I scroll my mouse, that will also be recorded. Okay, so now you need to take your next steps very cautiously. And that's why I told you that before recording, you should be clear what are the steps you need to follow to clean something or to do some task. Okay, now because we have already repeated it, so it's very easy for me. The first step is select all, then unmerge all the cells, then right click row and row height. I need to change it to 15. Column width, I need to change it to, let's say, 8. When I click OK, all the things are visible. Then I notice that first 15 lines are not useful for me, so I have deleted it. And I would suggest that during the macros, avoid using shortcuts because it may disturb the macro sometimes. Okay, go manually, thoda sa time extra lagega, but not an issue. Okay, now I will select this BCD, control minus, then these ones. I'm using some shortcuts, but मुझे पता है कि उनसे कुछ होने वाला नहीं है. But initially, you avoid those things. Okay, ये वाला, these ones, and these three, and then finally these three. I have used control key to select like multiple columns which are not continuously placed, and then control minus. So that leaves me with all the important columns. Now comes bringing my headers in one single place. Okay, so this line, control C, I will paste it here. Then this one, control C, I will paste it here. And I think we left this one column, so no problem, I can delete it now. Okay, and then 2, 3, 4, 5 I can delete, and then at the bottom I am going down, these 5 rows I can delete. Okay, then I can come back on row number 1, and this is the data set which I want. And maybe to differentiate my headers, I will select my headers, I will give them a yellow background and maybe underline also. Okay, and this border in this row, I don't want to keep any borders in this row. Okay, so it looks fine to me. Then I want to auto adjust all these columns so that I can see the full name. Earlier it was word wrapping was happening. Okay, so this is my final output which I want to see. Now it's done. I can stop the recording. Okay, so macro, whatever steps I did, they are all recorded. Now, do you want to see where they went? So for that, you need to press function. Okay, in my case, it is function is also required. Otherwise, Alt F11 is enough to go to that place. Sorry, I think I did not press it properly. So, okay, Alt F11, and it is open now. So this window will open, and this is the place where all the codes are written. Okay, this is something else. I will just delete it so that you don't get confused. Module 3. Remove. No. Okay. So module 4 is the one, I think, or 2 or 1. Where did it go? I think वो उसी में था और it got deleted. Shit. Anyways, ठीक है. No problem. इसको क्विकली दोबारा से करते हैं. आई थिंक वो मैंने डिलीट कर दिया गलती से. नो प्रॉब्लम, सेव इट. Okay, this was the Excel file. Let me do it in other one. So if you see here in the view macros, currently I am having 3, 4. Okay, that's fine. And okay, this is there, clean data. If I go to step into, so luckily it got saved, and you can see it here. So module 4 में था वो. You can see this is the name which we gave. This is the description which we gave. Where did it go? So it has recorded each and everything. सबसे पहले मैंने select किया था, फिर unmerge किया, फिर row height को 15 किया, 8 किया, 1 to 15 delete किया, and each and everything इसने record किया है मेरा. Okay. Now, and this is the macro. So जो भी मैं कर रहा था manually, it has given a command behind that step. Okay. So it knows each and everything. जैसे मैंने zoom किया बीच में एक बार, तो इसने zoom को भी मेरे को record कर लिया. So that's why scroll करना, zoom करना, everything gets recorded. Okay, that may be useful, that may not be useful. It's fine, but वो record करता है सब कुछ. Now ये macro है मेरे पास. If I save it, इसका नाम क्या है? Clean data. Okay. कुछ तो हो रहा है मेरी एक्सेल में. It is getting closed again and again. Now this is the new file, right? And मेरे को वो मैक्रो यूज करना है क्योंकि मैं दोबारा से मैन्युअली ये सब नहीं करना चाहता. वो मैक्रो कहाँ मिलेगा? You will always find it in the view tab. On the right side you have macros and here view macros. So this will show you the list of macros which you are currently having in your environment. Maybe इस current file में या फिर आपके system में. ठीक है? And this personal means ये आपके system में है. ये it is not related to the current file. Okay? So this is the one which we did. Okay? And when I click and run, so it has done all the steps within hardly 2 seconds or 3 seconds, right? And हमने उसको काम करने को 5 से 10 मिनट लिए होंगे. Okay, so that's the benefit of macros. Now let me you can unmute and discuss questions or any doubts which you are having currently. Okay, are you clear how to record a macro, where to record a macro, and why we record a macro? Anyone, any questions till now?
I just wanted to ask you one question. Can you include the macro without knowing, without personal knowing anything to in Excel? The thing is, I'm in a pharmaceutical firm. We just used to a lot of computer systems and also we used to the Excel systems. But actually, there is a one rule. When you are applying to in the macros in there, that was been considered as a category 5 in GAM5 computer system, which is including the hardware and software. Can we include the macros without knowing of the persons using that Excel sheet? And also we have a one rule where we are using the computer systems along with the applications or softwares, including hardware. It must be validated properly. So that's that is the reason behind of this question I'm asking you.
So you mean to say that can you use macros or can you implement macros in other people's file without they knowing about it?
Yes.
I would say that it is more of your IT side issue, okay, whether it is advisable to do or not, because macros are good thing, but it is like a knife. It can be proved dangerous also sometimes.
Okay. How can you find out that whether the Excel sheet I am using is including any macros or not? How can I find it?
Simple way is go to so if the Excel sheet is having macro, okay, then Excel sheet what we call the extension of that Excel sheet, it will not be XLSX, okay, it will be something like this: Microsoft Excel macro enabled worksheet. Normal Excel is like this.
Okay. Microsoft Excel macro enabled.
Yeah. So it is .xlsm. That's the extension .xlsm. That's the extension for files which are having macros. Because if you record your macro in a particular file, this workbook or a new workbook, then it will ask after you finish the recording and when you start saving, it will say save it in a macro enabled workbook because normal Excel's macros are not allowed. Okay, so either you can save it in the personal environment, then you don't need to change the extension of the file, or you can change this extension of the file, then you can save the macro in that particular file. Okay, so these are the two ways you can find macros. And whether so if let's say you are using a system which is given to you from your IT, maybe someone else was using it earlier, so always go there into view section and look for this macros and view macros. If you find something in this list, that means you are having some macros. Maybe someone was using it earlier, which you may not want to use or you may like to use, but this is the list where all the macros will appear.
Okay.
Any other questions? No questions? So
when we are
yes, Smriti.
when we're recording the macro, it is like recording that remove this column, right? DA column or something like that. Can I see the script? So if we want to have like remove empty columns like that, so it can also be done.
So it doesn't know how to remove empty columns or how to remove empty rows. Okay. So what is a macro? Macro will automate whatever you are doing. Okay.
Okay.
Macro doesn't know
So
empty
she,
column or not empty column. So if
yes,
you how
yeah.
to select an empty column directly, macro will record that step. So it is you
Okay.
how you can select empty columns directly. Okay.
Okay.
Macro will record whatever you know.
Mm-hmm.
Whether you know or not know, macro is
It
limited
is
by that.
okay. Then if you know coding and we can go and edit.
Yeah, so coders
Whatever.
can
Okay.
like maybe whatever I did, I might have taken maybe 30 lines in terms of recording. Maybe a
Yes.
coder can do this job in maybe 10 lines because he may be aware of more functions which we as a non-programmer are not aware. And
Another way. Okay.
that's why we are not able to use, but we are not interested in the efficiency of this macro. We just want कि मेरे को 10 मिनट लग रहे थे, वो काम 1 मिनट या 30 सेकंड में हो सकता है कि नहीं हो सकता है, चाहे वो
Yes.
macro 10
Repetitive
लाइन
work.
में।
Yes.
Correct.
Yeah. Repetitive work can be automated. That way it can be used.
So
Very useful. Yeah.
हाँ, so जितना काम आपको मैन्युअली आता है उतना सोचो मैक्रो रिकॉर्ड करने का, और there will be some situations जो डायनेमिक होती हैं, right? So वहां पे you will not be able to record it. Okay.
Yes.
जैसे कि मेरे मैक्रोज में आई वाज यूजिंग, जो भी मैं डिलीट करता, इट वाज हार्ड कोडली, लाइक इट वाज हार्ड कोडिंग कि कॉलम डी को डिलीट करो, कॉलम एम को डिलीट करो, बट एज सुन एज आई डिलीट मेरी कॉलम्स की पोजीशन फिर से चेंज हो जाती थी। ठीक है,
Right.
तो वो उस सिचुएशन में कॉलम डी और कॉलम एम को डिलीट करता था, बट अगर वो शुरू में ही कॉलम डी और कॉलम एम को डिलीट करने लग जाए, हो सकता है मेरे एक्चुअल डेटा सेट डिलीट हो जाएंगे। ठीक है, लेट्स से
Right.
so let me complete and then we will come back to this question. Okay, but simple answer is if you don't know or if the process is complex, then don't record macro. Okay, main purpose is we should know how to use macros. मैक्रो हमको खुद कर सकते हैं तो अच्छी बात है, नहीं कर सकते हैं तो किसी प्रोग्रामर से बनवा लेंगे, मे बी गूगल पे सर्च कर लेंगे, जहां से भी मैक्रो मिलेगा वी शुड नो हाउ टू इम्प्लीमेंट इट इन माय बिजनेस लैपटॉप और माय पर्सनल लैपटॉप। वो हमको आना चाहिए एज ए नॉन प्रोग्रामर, बस उतना काफी है, मेरे को भी उतना ही आता है एंड मैं उससे काम चला रहा हूँ। ठीक है, सो आपको भी उससे ज्यादा जानने की जरूरत नहीं है, अगर इंटरेस्ट है तो ठीक है, पीपीए वगैरह सीख सकते हो, बट नो नीड। ओके, नाउ
Okay. Thank you.
मैक्रोज का एक प्रॉब्लम है कि मैक्रोज इरिवर्सिबल चीज होती है। ठीक है, तो जब तक उसको टेस्ट डेटा पे आप ट्राई नहीं कर रहे, मतलब सो यू कैन सी हियर मैंने एक ही फाइल की कितनी सारी वर्जन्स बनाए हुए हैं, सारे सब में सेम डेटा है। बिकॉज अगर मैंने बनाया, मैक्रो ने कुछ कर दिया, जैसे कि मैक्रो मैंने यहाँ पे किया, यहाँ पे सेलेक्टेड है एंड किसी ने गलती से वो मैक्रो फिर से लगाया और क्लीन कर दिया फिर से, तो वो तो सारे स्टेप वही किया और मेरा एक्चुअल डेटा डिलीट हो गया इस प्रोसेस में नाउ, राइट? सो वही है कि इट इज ए नाइफ, आप सब्जी भी काट सकते हो, मर्डर भी कर सकते हो। ठीक है, एंड दैट्स व्हाई व्हेनेवर यू आर अपलोडिंग योर फाइल व्हिच इज हैविंग सम मैक्रोस और समथिंग लाइक दिस, तो उसको ज्यादा ऑर्गेनाइजेशंस ब्लॉक कर लेते हैं। ठीक है, तो अपने पर्सनल यूज के लिए करो, अपनी टीम के यूज के लिए कर सकते हो, लेकिन मैक्रोस अल्टीमेटली एक प्रोग्राम है, प्रोग्राम में कुछ भी लिख सकता है कोई। ठीक है, तो इसलिए वो थोड़े से मतलब चेक के अंदर आते हैं वो सारी चीजें। ठीक है, नाउ अगर ऐसा होता है तो अगर आप अंडू करना चाहोगे तो यू कैन सी देयर इज नो ऑप्शन ऑफ अंडू नाउ, मैक्रो के बाद अंडू का ऑप्शन होता नहीं है। ज्यादा से ज्यादा मैं क्या कर सकता हूँ, आई विल कम हियर, आई विल नॉट सेव दिस फाइल, बट बिकॉज मेरे माइक्रोसॉफ्ट ऑफिस 365 की वजह से फाइल्स आर ऑटो सेव्ड, तो वो ऑप्शन भी मेरे पास नहीं है। ठीक है, सो ऑलवेज execute macros on sample files first, get satisfied if it is working correctly or not, then only use it. Okay, now next question is कि सारे macros तो हम रिकॉर्ड नहीं कर पाएंगे and there are some things जो कि बहुत ही जेनरिक हैं, सबको यूज होता है, तो उनको कैसे हम अपने सिस्टम में ला सकते हैं। जैसे कि all of you have attended pivotable workshop and you might have seen that I was formatting numbers manually by like going to number format and then custom and then hash comma hashes 0 and other things, वो तो सबको चाहिए होता है, राइट? 1000 फॉर्मेटिंग, मिलियन फॉर्मेटिंग, कॉमा फॉर्मेटिंग, तो उनके लिए तो हम एटलीस्ट इंप्लीमेंट कर ही सकते हैं मैक्रोस वैसी चीजों के लिए। Like if someone has, let's say, let me open any one Excel file, this one. Okay, and I have created a lot of Excel sheets are there, many Excel sheets are there in my file. एंड हाइड करना तो बहुत इजी है, मैंने सबको सेलेक्ट किया, राइट क्लिक किया और हाइड कर दिया। अनहाइड करना इजी नहीं है, अनहाइड करते हैं तो एक एक करके अनहाइड करना होता है। नए वर्जन में यस कंट्रोल की अलाउड है, बट पुराने वर्जन में एक एक फाइल अनहाइड करना होता है। नाउ सोचो कि 10 फाइल मेरे को अनहाइड करनी है, तो मेरे को कितना सारा, सिंपल स्टेप है बट कितना सारा टाइम लगेगा, राइट? सो देयर आर सम थिंग्स व्हिच एवरीवन इज डूइंग एंड दे आर स्पेंडिंग अ लॉट ऑफ टाइम, और उसमें एक्सेल का कुछ ऑटोमेटेड वर्जन नहीं है उन चीजों में, ठीक है? सो जैसे कि इस प्रॉब्लम को सॉल्व करने के लिए मेरे पास आई थिंक एक मैक्रो होगा, नहीं होगा तो वी विल सी। नहीं है, ठीक है, तो नहीं है तो मे बी आप गूगल पे ढूंढा या अखिलेश ने कुछ आपको कोड दिया, उसको यूज करना, ठीक है? सो आई हैव दिस फोल्डर एंड इसी फोल्डर में एक टेक्स्ट फाइल है, उस टेक्स्ट फाइल में बहुत सारे मैक्रोज मेरे पास लिखे हुए हैं, ठीक है, अलग अलग पर्पज से। इस फोल्डर में if I show you pivot table options, pivot table report format, pivot table number format, and here if clear all slicers, okay, and ऐसे कई सारे मैक्रोज हैं, ठीक है? नाउ किसी भी मैक्रो को अनहाइड हिडन शीट्स, ये आ गया, चलो ठीक है, मिल गया हमको। सो आई विल टेक दिस मैक्रो, ठीक है, एवरी मैक्रो स्टार्ट्स विद अ सब and ends with and sub, ओके? सो हमेशा किसी भी मैक्रो को कभी कॉपी करते हो तो याद रखना कि सब से लेके एंड सब तक वो कॉपी करना है, ओके? सो लेट्स से आई कॉपी दिस मैक्रो। अब ये मैक्रो मेरे को कहाँ पे मिला? गूगल पे मिला, या फिर किसी फ्रेंड ने दिया, या फिर किसी प्रोग्रामर ने दिया, ठीक है? तो ये लिया, आई विल कॉपी इट। हाउ कैन आई इम्प्लीमेंट इट इन माई शीट? आई विल गो टू माई एक्सेल, then I will press again Alt F11, कीबोर्ड का इशू है, एक्सेल ही बंद हो गया, ओके। Okay, I will go to function Alt and F11, right? So this will open my personal macro workbook, ठीक है? यहाँ पे हमेशा इस सेक्शन में जाना है, पर्सनल मैक्रो वर्कबुक। ये करंट फाइल से रिलेटेड है, एंड दिस वन इज personal macro workbook, that means related to your system, not only particular to this worksheet, okay? And you will find some, what is happening today, you will find some modules kind of things here, okay? Modules, these are just placeholders to keep your macros. So यहाँ पे we can go for, let's say I will go for and insert one module. So मेरे पास एक module 3 generate हो गया जिसमें कुछ नहीं है। I have taken my macro, copied it, and I can paste it here, ठीक है? And ये कोड है, मैं उसको ज्यादा समझता नहीं हूँ, nor you, okay? But I'm trying to test it. Save the file, okay? Once it is saved, okay, now it is opening it. अपनी प्रॉब्लम वही है, अभी भी बहुत सारी शीट्स अनहिडन है और मेरे को वो एक साथ सारी की सारी अनहाइड करनी है, एंड उसके लिए हमने मैक्रो कॉपी पेस्ट किया, ठीक है? आई कैन गो टू दिस व्यू and I can click on view macros and then unhide all sheets. That was the macro. Hopefully it will run. I have not tested it for a long time, and you can see it has given me all the sheets and it has given me a message because ऐसा macro के अंदर एक message box का ऑप्शन था देने का कि क्या किया है हमने। When I click OK, these are the sheets. तो जो काम मैं maybe 30 seconds और 1 minute में कर रहा था, राइट क्लिक अनहाइड, राइट क्लिक अनहाइड, वो 1-2 seconds में हो गया, ठीक है? एवरीवन अंडरस्टैंड्स कि कैसे करना है, किसी भी मैक्रो को कहीं से भी कॉपी पेस्ट कैसे करना है?
Yes.
ओके, So again, I will repeat it once more. What you need to do Alt F11 press करना है. In some keyboards, you may need to press function Alt F11. Okay, and that will give you this window. Or you can go here. अगर कोई पहले से macro है तो ठीक है. नहीं तो if you go to step into, it takes you to the same window जो macro की होती है. Okay. एंड ये मॉड्यूल्स पर्सनल मैक्रो वर्कबुक में पेस्ट करने. पर्सनल मैक्रो वर्कबुक में पेस्ट करने का मतलब है कि इट विल बी अवेलेबल इन ऑल द एक्सेल शीट्स, नो मैटर व्हिच एक्सेल शीट आई ओपन इन माय लैपटॉप और माय सिस्टम. ओके, नाउ लेट्स से आई शेयर यू दिस फाइल. ओके, आई विल शेयर दिस फाइल विद एवरीवन. और इसमें से कुछ फाइल्स आपसे आपके काम की हो सकती है. ठीक है, सो व्हाट आई विल डू, आई विल सेलेक्ट ईच एंड एवरी कोड. Okay, and then I will go to this place and I will remove this also. Okay, क्योंकि ये वाला already है उसके अंदर. And then Control V. So I have pasted my whole text. All the macros which were available in the text file are available now for my use. Okay, so if you have seen, when I was going through the list, and it was showing me only 4 options. Now I should see many more options. And the good part is, because macros have a definite way of starting and ending, sub and end sub, I copy pasted this text which was combined, but my macro workbook has automatically created a separator between them. And whenever you see in my code, you see there are certain lines which are starting with a single quote before that. Single quote before that. This single quote is nothing but some comment. Okay, so you can see here it is shown in green. This is just for other people to understand what you have written or what you have copy pasted, what this macro is doing. So the person who has created this macro, maybe he created some helping text also hereby, so that you can understand it. That is the purpose of this macro comment. And you can make anything as comment. Okay, you can make anything as comment by just putting.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
There's some background noise, I think.
Guys, can you mute yourself? Okay, I will do it. So what I was saying, that whenever you want to write something, you can always keep this single quote and then you can modify it. You can put more descriptions inside the macro. Anyways, so I have pasted these macros. Save. Then I can close it. And now, if I go to view macros, now you can see I am having more number of macros. And हर macro का एक अलग property है. जैसे कि इसका है number format करना है. Okay, so let me show you how does it work. So I'm having a big number here. Okay, I'm having a big number here. I select this cell, or let's write some more numbers. Okay, and I want to format it. Normally क्या करोगे आप? You will go there, home tab, comma, and then maybe comma required, not required. So I have created a macro, view macros, and number format in, let's say, thousands. So I select this. Okay, this is only for pivot. There was one related to range also. Number format for a range in thousands, or normal comma formatting. So when I run it, you can see a comma is inserted and the formatting is done. Okay, or I want it in thousands, so I can go back again and then I can again look for that macro, number format in thousands. When I click on run, okay, so this is how this formatting can be done. So it looks 8, but it is actually 8,000. Okay, so that is how the formatting was done. Now I have given, so I will give you all these codes and you can try it on a sample file, rough file. Okay, try किससे क्या होता है. वैसे तो I have written a text कि ये macro unhide करता है all the hidden sheets को. This macro ये काम करता है, ठीक है. But still try it on rough sample data. Okay, and एक try करो, that's even better, so that you don't get confused. Okay, now but ठीक है, we resolved some issue, but मेरे को व्यू में जाकर के मैक्रो में जाकर के व्यू मैक्रो में जाकर के फिर एग्जीक्यूट करना पड़ता है उसको, right? So that is also taking some time. ठीक है, it has saved maybe 80% 90% of my time, but this is also wasting some time, right? So you can bring any macro on your menu directly. How to do that? So there are two places in your menu. One is quick access toolbar. ये जो undo redo वाले line होती है ना, वो quick access toolbar होता है. Okay, it can be at the top of your Excel, or some people may be having it at the bottom of your ribbon. Okay, so कहीं पे भी है, doesn't matter. Wherever it is, you can right click that place, and then you can say customize quick access toolbar. Okay, so it opens this window, and this is the left side, which has each and every feature, and this is the right side, which is there in your quick access toolbar. So we are looking for a particular macro which we want to use again and again, and we don't want to go to view macros and then click on run. Okay, so what we can do, we can select only macros so that we don't need to go through each and everything. Then we can look for something which we need very regularly. Let's again use for that unhide hidden sheets, वही वाला use करते हैं, and then click on add. So it comes on the personal macro, this quick access toolbar की list में आ गया. इसको थोड़ा और modify करते हैं. How to modify it? Select this and then click on modify. So first of all, I want to reduce its name, so I can write simply unhide. Okay, and then I want to give it one icon. That icon can be, let's say we give this format painter icon, or this A icon, or do we have U somewhere? Okay, this anchor looks like U, so let's use that one. So that is the macro. I have shortened the name and I have given one icon for that. When I click OK, now look at the top of my screen. This is appearing now. Okay, let's try it now. I am hiding few sheets, and then I just click on that icon and done. So I saved some more time which I was taking to go into that menu tab and then going into macros and finding that macro. So that also I saved. There's one more thing, because this you cannot put each and everything into quick access toolbar. So what you can do, you can maybe create a tab here for yourself where you can align each and every macro. So something like, okay, so for the tabs, you can right click any tab and then customize. Okay, so these are the tabs which are there by default, right? Some of them you may not see it in your Excel, but these are the tabs which are there already. You can go for a new tab. Where do you want to create that new tab? I want to keep it maybe on the end. Or if you want to very frequently access it, maybe first सबसे पहले रख सकते हो. You can keep it in the beginning. So this is fine. This tab, I want to rename it as something like data sets. Okay. कुछ भी नाम रख दो, अपना नाम डाल दो, ठीक है. उसके अंदर then we can create further groups. So one group is this. Maybe I will rename it as format. Some formatting related macros I will bring here. Then I will create a new group. Here I will rename it as something related to pivots. Okay. And then like that, you can keep on inserting new things. Okay. New groups. एक और आ गया, rename करो, and let's take generic. Okay. Whatever name you want to give, you are creating a menu. When I click OK, now you can see a data sense tab is appearing. अभी उसके अंदर कुछ नहीं है, ठीक है. Now let us start plugging our macros into this section. So how will we do it? Again right click किया, customize किया, हमने section बना दिया था. Left side से we go and select our macros. whichever macro you want. Okay, and let's take formatting me. I want to bring these ones, range, add, this one add, this one add. So I think these are not duplicate. Yeah. Okay. Now इनको customize कर लेते हैं. Let's go for, where is that modify button? So you can rename it. Rename whatever. Say इतना सा डाल के, and you can, let's say, give this bell icon for that. Click OK. Second one में rename. You can give this yellow icon for that or blue icon for that, and then reduce the name here also. Okay, and click OK. So try to keep the short names, and I'm not going into each and everything. Let me create one macro in the pivot section also. So this is the one which I want to go inside the pivots, and click on add. Another one, add, and third one, add. Clear all slicers, add, and then I can modify them also. Quickly, I will just rename it as A. Then second one is B, and this one as C, and click OK. Third one, okay, let's rename this also. That's D, and maybe this icon. Okay. Now when I click OK, you can see this is one macro, second macro, third macro. So all of them have appeared in my things. So whatever you use more frequently, you can bring them and set them in the menu so that you don't need to go and look for it in the full list, and they're readily available with you. Okay. And because they have to perform some repetitive task, like what was this number formatting? Select here, let's type something. And if you are executing this, it will format the numbers. Okay. Select this in millions. So it has formatted the number in millions. Okay. So that way it will save a lot of time when you will fix this menu for things which you are regularly using every day. Okay. So now you can all unmute yourself, and one by one, please ask your questions. Questions, please raise your hands and ask your questions. How was the session? Any doubts? Any questions? और बहुत अच्छा पढ़ा दिया कि बहुत कॉम्प्लेक्स पढ़ा दिया?
Very helpful, sir.
Okay.
Do we have macro for date formatting as well?
So कुछ भी किसी में भी लगा सकते हैं, बट डेट फॉर्मेटिंग के 50 तरीके हैं, तो इसलिए ज्यादा है नहीं.
Okay.
उसके लिए what I use normally is there is a shortcut which I generally use. So let's say this is the date, today's date का, ठीक है, मैंने एंटर किया. इसमें कंफ्यूजन है कि जून 4th है कि 6th अप्रैल है, राइट? So I use Control Shift 3, and that gives me the shortest format of date, which is very clear also. Okay. So that is as good as my macro, because macro click करने के लिए भी मेरे को उतना टाइम लगेगा. So मैंने shortcut use कर रखा है. And every shortcut
Control
is
Shift 3.
Control Shift 3. And every shortcut is nothing but a program in the backend, and you are executing that program or macro using the shortcut. Okay. So shortcuts के पीछे, सबके पीछे macro है. वो वाले शॉर्टकट्स हमको एक्सेल ने दे रखे हैं, तो वो एक्सेल वो मैक्रोज हमको दिखते नहीं, वो हिडन है, ठीक है. बट ओवर एंड अबाउट दैट, these are the ones which we can plug in.
Okay, thank you.
Welcome. Yes, Pulla Reddy, it will be available. Anyone else? Malathi, how are you? So can we have a quick round of introduction to each other so that people know each other a little better? What do you do? What's your name? Where are you from? Simple things, nothing much. Okay. और बाकी जो भी share करना है, you can share. and what is your objective, like what is your current state of learning Excel and where do you want to reach. बस इतने सारी चीजें जाननी है so that we can help you properly, right? So the purpose of this call is that I should know people from like face to face or in person. By name, I should know, okay, इसका क्या background है, क्या सीख रहा है, क्या सीखना चाहता है, right? Then only I will be able to help. So Malathi is from Bangalore. She is a reward consultant. Hema Darshini has just joined. Okay. Okay, fine, great. Anyone else? बोल भी सकते हो भाई, लिखना ही जरूरी नहीं है.
Yeah, myself Pulla Reddy. I am from Hyderabad.
Yes.
Yeah, actually, I'm working in a manager level in a pharmaceutical firm as a quality manager.
Okay, yeah, quality manager. I think you were asking the doubt that day also, right?
Yes, yes. Actually, my thing is this is also one of the part is this one because just to estimate some of the statistical process analysis and the control charts and the different type of the graph charts and the presentations. That that kind of the like the regression analysis, F test and the T test and the featuring analysis. For this purpose, I'm using the Excel. I want to know to the more things, but actually I'm not sure about to use properly about this Excel sheet. But we used to use that mini tab most of the time.
Okay, ठीक है.
Most of the time we used to mini tab, but I just wanted to know the more details in the Excel. So that is the intention I joined in the Excel course.
Great, great. Next one, anyone please? Sanjay?
Yeah, hello everyone.
Yes, Smriti,
Hello.
please. Smriti, go ahead.
Okay, hello everyone. Like I'm Smriti, I'm from Noida and I'm working as associate manager in one of the IT companies. And I'm using Excel basically to create trackers and creating dashboards, reporting purpose. So I'm looking forward to learn more from you and utilize it in my day-to-day work.
Great, great. Sanjay ji, please carry on.
हेलो सर, मेरा नाम संजय है. मैं एक कैटरपिलर में काम करता हूं, पर एक्चुअली मैं सेल्स बैकग्राउंड से हूं, बट ये छोटी छोटी एक्सेल फाइल के लिए मेरे को अपने सॉफ्टवेयर पर डिपेंड रहना पड़ता था. पर देन मैं सोचा कि मैं भी कुछ सीखूं उसमें एक्सेल में कुछ. फिर देन मैं बहुत बेसिक लर्नर हूं और मेरा रिक्वायरमेंट जैसे अभी आपने दिखा रहा था कि डेटास रिव्यू करना, कस्टमर का आउटस्टैंडिंग कितना है और सेल कितना है उसको रिव्यू करना. तो देन तो सर बहुत बेसिक है. अभी मैं जस्ट स्टार्ट किया हूँ 1 महीने से, अभी उतना माइक्रो अगर लेवल पर नहीं आया हूँ. देन मैं कोशिश कर रहा हूँ जल्दी.
See, be continuous. बस वही है, कंसिस्टेंट रहोगे तो सब सीख जाओगे. ठीक है, छोटा छोटा नो प्रॉब्लम. दैट इज द बेटर लर्निंग एक्चुअली. नेक्स्ट वन प्लीज. नागेश, अतुल, हेमा, प्लीज इंट्रोड्यूस योरसेल्फ.
Hello, sir. I'm Darshini.
Yeah.
Did you hear, sir?
Yeah, it is quite low, but yes, we can hear.
Only I'm joining, sir. For late.
Correct.
Okay.
So just introduce yourself. What do you do and where do you live? Nothing much.
Sir, I'm working business executive in Shiro Home food industry in Chennai.
Okay.
I know Tamil language most of all. I live English is little bit I learn. So this course is very useful to me, and I'm watch many videos.
Okay.
It's working a little.
Till what section you have watched? What is the latest video which you have watched from the course? Anything which you remember?
We look up.
Okay.
Last week only I watched it. This week fully I'm busy that so.
Great, great.
Wait.
बाकी लोग जिन्होंने start नहीं किया है, please think of these people who are already moving ahead. Okay. There's another person, Akash. He was not able to join today because he is having a US shift. वो 70-80% तक पहुंच चुका है already. ठीक है. I am not saying कि खत्म करना है course. I am saying कि start. Okay. Start. एक वीडियो एक दिन देखो, 2 वीडियोस देखो, 3 देखो. ठीक है, उसको ऑफिस में इम्प्लीमेंट करो एवरी डे. ओके, बट स्टार्ट एवरी डे, डू लिटिल बिट. ओके. टीचेबल का मोबाइल एप्लीकेशन भी है. इफ maybe you are not able to see it on desktop, तो मोबाइल पे देखो थोड़ा बहुत, ठीक है, बट देखो. Okay. So yes, Abhimanyu says that he is from Calcutta, working as Deputy Manager Marketing and Collection in Fortis Hospital. Great, Abhimanyu. Okay. Anyone else who would like to introduce? Any questions?
Hi, am I audible?
Yes, Prakash. Is it Prakash or Tulsi? Okay, Tulsi.
Tulsiram.
Yeah.
Hi, myself Tulsiram. I'm from Karnataka, Bangalore, working as an administrator. I just enrolled for this course to upgrade and to enhance my skill and to learn more about the Excel, because in my work area where I need to implement a lot more formulas and to have a much more tracker and so on. So I just thought of enrolling and to learn some more skills to enhance my or to upgrade my knowledge.
Did you start with the course or yet to start?
No, I have started, but means just started looking for it. That's it.
Okay.
Not yet started, to be frank.
Okay. Start. Okay. Next.
Yeah. I am Prakash from Hyderabad.
Yes, Prakash.
Yeah, HR professional and all. So I thought of using this Excel for my HR analytics and all.
Great. So whenever you use it, feel free to ask questions whenever you are stuck. We have done a lot of projects in HR department, sales department also, and finance department. Okay. So we are well aware about those domains, like in depth. Okay. And maybe we will try to help you out whenever you get stuck. Okay.
Yes, definitely.
Okay. Next one, guys. And by introduce करते वक्त, can you show your face? ठीक है, अभी प्रकाश जी को तो पहले भी देखा था, मतलब शुरू में he was having his camera open. Okay, fine. Next one, Nagesh, can you speak? Or you are still in office or some place where you cannot? So Ashish says he is working in mining and construction machinery technical services. My soft skill is not so user friendly, but I want to improve my soft skill with your guidance. So soft skill is language and speaking. Okay, so वो मेरी भी इतनी अच्छी नहीं है, ठीक है? I can train you on little bit technical or business skills. Okay, Excel, Power BI, these kind of things I can help you. Soft skill, maybe by mistake you write soft skills. Soft skill is more about that speaking, management skills and communication and leadership skills. Okay, so I am also learning. I am also taking tuitions from other consultants. Okay. Now, next. Okay, Abhimanyu says that after starting this course, I have implemented new things like slicer and pivot merger in my office, and my manager is very impressed. Great, Abhimanyu. किसने implement किया कुछ और? Anything in the office? Okay. So there are so many low-hanging fruits in your office. कुछ ना कुछ implement करो, दिखाओ अपने boss को and get that recognition. Okay, ज़्यादा मेहनत करने की जरूरत नहीं उन चीजों में. Okay, अभी नहीं, मतलब there can be many things कि जो आपके boss already जानते हो, but so many things are there through which you can impress your boss or colleagues. Next. Next, guys. नहीं है तो चलो डिनर करने चलते हैं फिर.
I have a question.
Yes, Smriti. Please go
Not
ahead.
related to this macros, but a line chart. Like I was creating a chart for plan versus actual. So in actual, if I don't want, future date to be displayed, like for plan line is okay till, September, October, November, whatever it is. But for actual, only displayed till like present date or like that.
But actual तो present date तक ही आएगा ना, actual future date में कहाँ से आएगा?
I don't know. I've selected.
See, प्रॉब्लम ये
Maybe.
होती है कि टारगेट और प्लान इज अवेलेबल फॉर द फ्यूचर डेट, बट एक्चुअल तो हमारे
Yes.
पास लेट्स से अप्रैल तक ही रहेगा हमारे पास. वी कैन नॉट हैव मई और जून एक्चुअल.
How can I? Yeah, the values are blank there, but it displays as a line, right?
So you need to share your screen if it is that is
ऐसा
right.
करना कस्टमर मिलेगा ना तो करो.
And me right now I'm on my mobile actually. Maybe in
तो
next
करो और
class, I'll
relation.
share.
Yes, please continue.
Maybe I'll drop you a mail with the screenshot
Yeah,
and details.
a mail or maybe yeah, you can ping me that Excel file on support@datasys.com and
Okay.
then help.
ठीक है.
Okay.
Okay.
But it's fine. Maybe I can give you one idea here itself. So what
Yeah,
happens?
this would be
So
good.
let's say this is actual and this is target.
Some date is there.
You can see my
A
screen, right?
plan, like we have dates, then we have planned, and then we have actual.
Month डाल देता हूँ मैं dates की जगह.
ठीक
And
है.
there are dates like 1st of Jan 2023, and then I am dragging it for few months, not this 1st of Feb 2023, and then I can drag it down. Okay. So this is there.
Now we have planned, yes, and then actual.
We have plan and then actual.
Plan maybe 10, 10 or 100, 100 for all the months. Any
Okay.
value can.
We can say that let's say 100 is there, and okay, next.
Actual maybe for till April we have like 50, 20, whatever data you can put.
50, 20, 70, 60, 90 or maybe 110 भी है, ठीक है. But आगे का Excel तो है नहीं, right?
Yeah.
हाँ. So now if I plot this data in Excel, and that's line chart or column chart, कुछ भी ले लो, okay? So this is what is coming. इस 100 को भी थोड़ा सा we will make it little bit.
Oh my God, maybe I am doing something wrong. For me,
What
like
was saying कि यहाँ पे तो actuals में तो data already नहीं होगा, तो उसकी tension हमें है नहीं.
Yeah,
but I know in my graph it is showing like still end. Maybe I'm doing something wrong.
What typing 0 something ऐसा कुछ होगा?
नहीं, 0 नहीं है, blank है actually.
तो नहीं होगा.
But a formula is there actually. ये derive एक formula से हो रहा है.
हाँ, तो derive formula से हो रहा है, तो then 0 होगा, ठीक है?
Okay.
It may not
Invisible
mention
0,
but
right?
it is 0 because if I say that let's say this cell is equal to this cell which is already empty, ठीक है? But वो 0 consider होता है फिर.
Okay. हाँ, that is the issue, right?
So what you need to do, formula को थोड़ा modify करो, and you can say that if that cell is equal to 0,
cumulative, हाँ, cumulative formula लगाया था मैंने.
Cumulative है तो हाँ, cumulative भी हो सकता है. तो write something like this. If my data is equal to 0, or you can write based on months. If this month is greater than current month, okay, then try to get a value which is NA. Okay.
Okay.
So NA is an error, and then it will not be plotted. Okay.
Okay.
Formula I will just type.
नहीं, got it. Like I'm doing cumulative that this is blank, then don't plot.
So cumulative है तो फिर वो data आएगा ही आएगा, continuously December तक आएगा फिर. So
that means that means if the 0 is reached, automatically the NA would be populated, right? So Akhilesh?
Yes. Yeah, correct. So जो भी value आ रहा है, जहाँ से भी आ रहा है, even if it is cumulative, change it to hash NA somehow using this function NA.
हाँ, नहीं, got it. Yeah.
Then it will not be populated in this. Okay.
That can be done. That is achievable. Putting NA. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Yeah, Akhilesh, from Smriti, I just wanted to have one doubt. Because see, actually, this is the date where we started the work on the 1st January 2023, but the work has to be completed within the 50 days. From the 50 after 50 days, it has to be highlighted, because the thing is that if it is not completed the 50 days any work, it has to be highlighted. It has to be shown as a overdue work. How I can be in here? I think this.
Correct.
I think she is asking that one only. Yeah, madam.
So that's fine. So what formula she might have written? Okay, let's say ये नहीं था, ठीक है? This was the case. and she might have written, just give me some room. Okay, we have one student here, 3-year-old. So we need to write some function. Let's say she might have written something like this, colon, again this, okay, and the first portion she might have used dollars. Okay. Now
Right.
it is cumulative. So December तक का data दिखेगा and ये constant दिखेगा because it is उसके बाद actual data है नहीं किसी month में. ठीक है. So rather than this, what you need to say that if, okay, my month, okay, or if month of this cell D1, close the bracket, is greater than, okay, month of today, because मेरे को today तक ही consider करना है actual data, right? Current month तक.
Right.
So I am writing this function. If this is greater than this, then it should result in that same NA. अगर ऐसा नहीं है, so then keep giving me that total sum, जो भी मैंने formula लिखा था originally. ठीक है? So if my month is greater than current month का formula simple today function का month, then give me this. Okay, I don't want to consider that in my scenario. Otherwise, give me my cumulative total. Okay, and press enter. So यहाँ तक ठीक है, यहाँ तक ठीक है, and okay, क्या गड़बड़ किया यहाँ पे? D1 is okay. Okay, D1 I have used. That's wrong. It should be this. Rest everything is fine. Okay. So you can see May onwards everything got disabled now. Okay.
Yes.
And target के लिए same formula use कर लो. Summation ये जो normal वाला. Target we want to show so that we have a future visibility ki what is our plan and what is our aim. Okay. So target में we'll just keep this formula, not the initial one. Okay. Now.
This is the target, but if I want to derive the actual days, first I have to do the where, so on which date I have start the work, on which date it was been completed, and in such a way
now I'm just give you a generic idea how you can stop it being shown on the chart. Now I'm not really aware ki start date and end date, what is the scene. I'm considering this was a sales kind of data. Okay, it can be anything, but if you don't want to show these things in the chart, you need to bring this hash in. Then it
Yes,
will not
yeah, this was the question. Yeah.
Yeah.
This NA I want. Yeah, I think it will work for me.
Okay. So again, now these kind of interactions I want from you guys, because then only it is fruitful for you as well as other people. Otherwise, just showing the concepts, I will upload it on YouTube or in the course module itself, and वहाँ से देख सकते हो. But this helps, and this helps other people to become more aware and think little bit कि हाँ ऐसी situation तो यार मेरे पास भी थी. Why didn't I ask this question myself? Okay. But anyways, whoever takes a lead, he will help himself as well as others also. Okay, so keep asking these questions.
Okay, yeah, thanks for the opportunity. Definitely, just we will come with a lot of Excel sheets.
Yes, yes. So we will not be able to cover a lot of
I have many questions.
Yeah. So, but ठीक है, shoot करो, कुछ तो solve होंगी, problems कुछ तो कम होंगी, right? Okay, so let's stop now. We have exceeded the like planned time frame. I will share this recording and see you in the next week.
Thank you so much, sir. Yeah. Happy weekend,
Thank you.
everybody.
See you. Bye bye.
Thank you very much.
Take care.